Welcome to LOSI. I'm your host, Alexis G, and today we're going to review the LOSI Mini T 2.0. I've owned this truck for a few months, and here are my thoughts. So let's get started. The main reason I even chose the LOSI Mini T 2.0 truck was because I had previously raced RC cars in the 90s for a short time, and I had a JRX Pro SC buggy and eventually an RC10T truck. So seeing this was like a miniature version, and this is 1/18 scale. And the reason why I chose this scale is because, as you probably know, I built an RC track in my backyard. So I wanted cars small enough to where I could fit multiple cars and race them, easily. So I chose this scale. And I was going through a couple different cars. I'd seen the Latrax, Tetons, and stuff like that, which are pretty rad. But I chose this car because it had a lot of the same features that a race car would have, just miniaturized. So, adjustable turnbuckles and all that kind of stuff. It looked like a professional race car, but just a smaller version. After getting this and trying it out, my first impressions, I love the way it steered. It has really good shocks. It's a nimble car. It definitely handles jumps really well. The stock tires on the track, which were those, what is it called, bar or whatever, wheels, they're more for carpet or very hard clay. Initially, I was having issues with traction and power, so I have a double jump on my track, and this car stock with the brushed motor, it was having a problem getting over that double jump. What I did was I bought some tires. So I bought these step pin tires for the back, and then I bought these directional tires for the front, hoping to get a little more traction on the track. And it helped a little bit, but still it wasn't enough to really get me what I needed out of the car, because I had previously bought, around the same time I got a good deal on a Latrax Teton, and that car is also brushed, but it's quicker, man. The Teton just had more speed, and I can clear the double jump and everything on the track, and it's just more fun to drive. I was kind of disappointed that this didn't have as much pickup. So, and I initially bought it with a brushed motor, just because it was cheaper. It was like $139 or something like that. But really, I should have went for I suggest you go for the upgraded brushless version, because that's what I ended up doing down the way. I went ahead and I took the brushed motor out and the ESC receiver combo, and I went ahead and replaced it with their Dynamite motor ESC combo, and I went ahead and used and got a Fly Sky receiver. I tell you what, man, that was the biggest and best upgrade on this car for sure. You definitely want to either upgrade your brush motor for a brushless, or buy the brushless off, off. I think it's actually cheaper if you buy the brushless, because I think I paid like over $80 just for this thing, on top of the price that I already paid for the car. So that was my the most major upgrade. As far as other upgrades, I guess you could say, unfortunately, rear spoiler broke off. When you land the truck, it lands with all the weight on the actual fin here. So the stock fin just tore off eventually. I even tried backing it with some shoe goo and drywall tape, but I ended up eventually just cutting a piece of aluminum. But I went ahead and put a Polaroid sticker on it. It's just an aluminum kind of copy of this fin almost, but it's flat. It's been holding up really well. I just used the same mounting screws, so it's doing well. I also attached a little rare earth silver magnet here and super glued it to the bottom, and that's only there because when you take off your body pins, you can kind of put them there, and the magnet holds them there for you. So there's less chance of you losing them, and plus there's also two more to hold in the battery. There's also 2 more clips, so there's 6 clips total with this truck. So I just did that, and also I smashed the front end pretty good at one point, and kind of caved it in. You can kind of see, but I went ahead and did the shoe glue and drywall tape on that to kind of reinforce that, and it's holding up pretty well. I did buy a second body, a J Concepts body for this car, which I haven't painted yet. Haven't even decided what kind of colors I'm going to choose, but I'm going to do just like a custom body. I guess this will be more like my basher body, and this will be more of the J Concepts will be more maybe my show body or whatever. As far as issues that I've had, the one is kind of not really an issue, but the squeaky shocks. If you can hear that, they're it's like the turnbuckles. If you squeak the turnbuckles, well, they get squeaky on the balls, which is kind of, you know, we've all been there. No, just kidding. But yeah, so that's one thing. It's just kind of a little bit of annoying. I cleaned them off one time and got it to stop, but it's doing it again. It's going to be an issue. Also, I over tightened one of the nuts on the back wheel, and I think I might have over compressed the bearing in there. So be careful and don't over tighten these. They don't need to be super tight. I also did hit the servo, or I hit on a bad landing, and I moved the servo out. I had to reset the servo center point. But other than that, it's been pretty tough. I haven't broken anything. It's got the reinforced front arms that come on the later versions. Another thing I wanted to mention is that it does come with a 650 milliamp 20C battery. And these batteries are specific for this car, so they kind of snap in, and there's little indentions here. So, I mean, you can use other batteries, obviously, whatever you get stuff in there. And but this is what comes with it, with the kit. It's 650 milliamp 20C 2S LiPo battery. Now, I went ahead and I wanted a second battery. So I looked on Amazon and I seen that they had this battery, which is, sorry, I was running it. This is a 850 milliamp, and it's 50C 2S. So it's the same exact size, and it'll fit in the car perfectly. It's just 800 milliamp and 50C. I believe this is the stock battery that comes with the brushless version of the Mini T 2.0, and the 650 comes with the brushed. So I have one of each. I haven't noticed a whole lot of difference, but I usually run the 800 more, and this thing can really go at full throttle, that's for sure. I just put some stickers on the bottom just to kind of, I mean, they're getting tore up. I mean, this bottom plate, good luck keeping that clean. The only other issue that I've had, I'm not sure if it's the ESC motor combo or if it's actually the receiver, but on occasion I'll go to hit the throttle and it'll just kind of like, and then I'll try to go reverse and it'll, so it doesn't really go anywhere. Sometimes I can shut the radio off or turn it on and off and it'll get it going, but I'm not sure exactly what's causing that. All right, let's check out some footage of me playing around with this bad boy. So my final thoughts on this car, I would definitely buy it. It's a great little buggy. Now granted, it's a little harder to drive around a track than, let's say, a four-wheel drive car, but with the brushless motor upgrade, and it's got plenty of pickup. It jumps really well, and if you could, you know, match your tires to the track and get the grip going as good as you can, maybe water down the track a little bit or something, this thing is so much fun. It's a blast to drive, and I really dig it. It's a completely different feel than the four-wheel drive cars, and it's super fun. So I would definitely suggest checking this out. It's a great little car for the money.